person is unconscious, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's unconscious. We can. Yeah. So most of you are strong people. So you haven't received any anointing of the sick any time. So thank God for that. But the three that have received look very strong too.
Yeah.
Now you're strong.
Yes. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm strong because I use steroid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
No, honestly, I use
Really?
steroid for my asthma.
I'm strong too.
It's a
I
different-
never
but it's a
received the
different kind of
sacrament anointing of the sick.
It's a different steroid.
Yeah.
But I have another question.
Yes.
So when the nuns are receive the orders, they're not considered in the sacrament.
Only
of
the men.
order?
The men receive the sacrament of the holy orders
Oh,
to become priests or bishops. But the nuns, they don't receive the holy order. No. If they receive the holy order, then they can say mass. No. They just make the vows.
The vows, so you know.
Make the vows. Yeah. They profess. They make the profession of vows. That is a full term to make the profession of vows. Yeah. So there are three vows: the obedience, the chastity, and the poverty. Yeah. Three vows. And for the priest, for religious in general, three vows. Religious, brothers and sisters, 修士修女, three vows, poverty, obedience, and chastity, the three vows. And for the priest, there are two kinds of priests. The first one is religious priest. The second one, diocesan priest. You know, diocese, the diocese. So diocesan priests are the priests who belong to a diocese. Religious priests are the priests who belong to an order. An order 就係修會 a congregation or an order. So me, I'm a religious, but Father Joseph is a diocesan. Yeah, he's a diocesan. Father Low, diocesan.
Father Joseph is not in your congregation.
No. Yeah, only Father Dominic, Sheen, Father Vincent. So three of us belong to the same congregation. So three of us are religious priests. So we have our own habit. Yeah, Father Joseph doesn't. Yeah, and in every diocese there are two kinds of priests. Half belong to diocese, half belong to religious community. Yeah. And now, why I distinguish this, because only the religious priests make the three vows. Yeah. It means that they have to make three vows before their ordination to become. They should become a brother or a sister. Sorry, not sister. They should become a brother first through making three vows. Okay, yeah, and then after the even more simple term is to get vows, to make vows better, to make three vows for the first time, and then they have to repeat it, to renew every year, and until a number of years, then they will make the final vows. So we have a temporal vows and then final vows. The canonical term is not final but perpetual, 永有, perpetual vows. So they have to go through the first period, which is the temporary vows professed, and then the second is a forever, perpetual vow or final vows. Each the constitution or regulation of every community is different. The minimum regarding the minimum years of the temporary vows, but at least 3 years, at least a maximum 6 years. So our congregation of St. John the Baptist, the minimum is 3 years. But the sister of St. Teresa, of the congregation of St. Teresa, 5 years minimum. So every community regulation is different for the duration of the temporary vow.
Father, when you profess your vow, that includes the 3 celibacy.
Oh yeah. Not the celibacy, the chastity.
Oh,
chastity is stronger than celibacy. Yeah. So poverty, chastity, and obedience. I would say in this order: obedience, chastity, and poverty. Okay, now that's religious. Every religious brother and sister, and every religious priest. And keep in mind that the priest cannot be ordained priest. A man cannot be ordained a priest if he hasn't make the final vows yet. They have to make the final vows first. And even they make the final vows and then right away to be ordained, okay. On the same day, it's okay. But they cannot be ordained a priest if they haven't made the final vows yet. Yeah. Now, continue. The first kind of priest is religious. The second kind is diocesan. For the religious, I repeat it, for religious priests, they have to make the 3 vows. But the diocesan priest don't have a 2. They don't have to make any vows. But they they have to make only 2 promises. Yes. So the 2 terms different in English. The first term is vows, it's stronger. The second, promise, like the common conversation every day. You promise? Yeah. So it's not the same as the level of a priest, a diocesan priest, to make a promise. Very solemn. Yeah. But I mean, comparing to the term that the religious life used, vows, it's a little bit lighter. Yeah. The meaning of vows is stronger. Yeah. And then the diocesan priest don't have to make the 3 vows, but they make 2 promises. The first promise is obedience. So the same, right? The same with the first one. The second one is not chastity, but celibacy. I just said celibacy a little bit lighter than the term chastity. So they don't have the third one, the poverty.
So they can be rich.
They have been encouraged to live out the spirit of poverty, sure, because they should be a model for the people in living out the spirit of poverty. For example, they should not buy a luxurious car, for example, 100,000. For example, I would say that any priest drive the car more than 50,000 is not too good in terms of model for the Christians. Yeah. It's not they should not live a luxurious life. Just an example. Many other things we can say to explain the the spirit